ಲೈವ್.
ರತ್ನಾಕರಾಧೌತಪದಾಂ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಕಿರೀಟಿನೀಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮರಾಜರ್ಷಿರತ್ನಾಢ್ಯಾಂ ವಂದೇ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತರಂ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಈ ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಅಭಿಯಾನದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ 15 ದಿನದ ಹಬ್ಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೇಲರ್, ಥೀಮ್ ಸಾಂಗ್, ಈ ಮೈ ಭಾರತ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಆ ಥೀಮ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿ ಬರೋಣ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ವಾಚ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम। मेरी जान तुम मेरी पहचान, मेरा लक्ष्य भी तू है महान। मेरी जान तुम मेरी पहचान हो, मेरा लक्ष्य भी तू है महान। ओ मिलके एक साथ हम चलते चले, बढ़ते रहे सदा हम ना रुके। अपने लहू के हर एक कतरे को हम कर देंगे भारत पे कुर्बान। भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है, सबसे प्यारा देश हमारा है। भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है, सबसे प्यारा देश हमारा है। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम। कण कण में बसता है भारत, जन जन में बसता है भारत। हम सब की नस नस में भारत माँ, सबके दिलों में है भारत, सबके लबों पे है भारत। हम सब की नस नस में भारत माँ। भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है, वंदे मातरम। सबसे प्यारा देश हमारा है, वंदे मातरम। भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है, वंदे मातरम। सबसे प्यारा देश हमारा है, वंदे मातरम।
ಭಾರತ್ ಹಮ್ಕೋ ಜಾನ್ ಸೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಹೈ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವಕ್ಕಿಂತನೂ ಪ್ರಿಯವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಥೀಮ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ದಿಶಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ದಿಶಾ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೋ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ನೋ ಯುವರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, ನೋ ಯುವರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೂ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಗೂ ಏನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಿತ್ರಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೌ ಟು ವಾಕ್, ಹೌ ಟು ಟಾಕ್, ಹೌ ಟು ಫೇಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ. ಇಂಥ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇವರು ಅಂತ ಆ ವಿಚಾರನ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ದಿಶಾ ತಗೊಂಡಿರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 ಕೋಶನ್ಸ್, 5 ಅಂಗಗಳ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಜೀವನದ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮೊದಲನೇದು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕೋಶಂಟ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಶರೀರ ಮಾಧ್ಯಂ ಖಲು ಧರ್ಮ ಸಾಧನ. ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್, ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ, ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇನಫ್ ಟು ಫೇಸ್ ದ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಯಾಕಿರ್ಬೇಕು? ಬರೀ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕ, ಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ಲೆಷರ್ಸ್ ನ ಅನುಭವಿಸಕ್ಕ? ನೋ. ಶರೀರ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಖಲು ಧರ್ಮ ಸಾಧನ, ಟು ಫಾಲೋ ದ ಧರ್ಮ. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಸದೃಢ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕೋಶಂಟ್ ನ ಬೂಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯೋಗ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜೀಸ್ ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕೋಶಂಟ್ ನ ಬೂಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಹಲವಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಮೋಷನಲಿ ವೀಕ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಲವಾರು ಕಡೆ ಸೂಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೋವಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರಾಗ ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ಕೋಶಂಟ್ ನ ಎನ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಹಲವಾರು ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜೀಸ್ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಿರಬಹುದು, ಕೇಸ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇನ್ನು ಹಲವಾರು ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ನಾವು ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ ನ ಬೂಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಉದ್ಧರೇದಾತ್ಮನಾತ್ಮಾನಂ ನಾತ್ಮಾನಂ ಅವಸಾದಯೇತ್ ಆತ್ಮೈವ ಹ್ಯಾತ್ಮನೋ ಬಂಧು ಆತ್ಮೈವ ರಿಪುರಾತ್ಮನಃ. You are the best friend and you yourself are the worst enemy if you don't know how to master it. So ದಿಶಾ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ how to master your mind, how to master yourself. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಟಲ್, ಇನ್ನೂ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ದಿಶಾ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಒನ್, ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, ಜನನಿ ಜನ್ಮಭೂಮಿ ಸ್ವರ್ಗಾದಪಿ ಗರೀಯಸಿ, ಭಾರತ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಿರಿಮೆ ಗರಿಮೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ವಿಚಾರ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಿಂತ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯಾಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಠೋಪನಿಷತ್, ದಿಶಾ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕಠೋಪನಿಷತ್. ಕಠೋಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ರಥಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಡೀ ದೇಹವನ್ನೇ ಒಂದು ರಥ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ನ ಹಾರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ಲಗಾಮುಗಳನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹಿಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಸಾರಥಿ ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಂತು ಸಾರಥಿಂ ವಿದ್ಧಿ. ಆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಹೇಳಿದ ಕಡೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡವಾ ಅಂತ ಲಗಾಮ್ ಎಳಿಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಆ ಚಾರಿಯೇಟರ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ವಿದಿನಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಡಿಬೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ವಿ ಆಲ್ ನೋ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನಾಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರೂತ್ಫುಲ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆಂಟ್. But we all know values. But Disha teaches value of values. What is the value of following a value? That's why a great person says, a value is a value. A value is a value if the value of the value is valued by you. ಇದನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಕೇಸ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ವೈ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ, ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗಳಾಗಿ ನಮಗೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ನಾವು ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರ ದಿಶಾ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ಗರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಪರೋಪಕಾರಾರ್ಥಮಿದಂ ಶರೀರಂ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಇಡೀ ನೇಚರ್ ಇರೋದೇ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ. ಈ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಮಾತ್ರ ತನಗಾಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಪರೋಪಕಾರಾರ್ಥಮಿದಂ ಶರೀರಂ. ಇದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಹಲವಾರು ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ತರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಭಾರತದ ಆತ್ಮ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಉನ್ನತಿ, ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ ನ ಬೂಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಕೇಸ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಎಥಿಕಲ್ ಡೈಲಮಾಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಇದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಆತ್ಮನೋ ಮೋಕ್ಷಾರ್ಥಂ ಜಗದ್ಹಿತಾಯಚ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಇರೋದು ಮುಕ್ತಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ, ಲಿಬರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಬಟ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಜಗದ್ಹಿತ, ಫಾರ್ ದ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ಈ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್, ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್, ಈ 5 ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಬೆಳೆದಾಗ ನಿಜವಾದ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಹೇಳಿದಂತ ಒಳಗಿನ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಶಾ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಶಾ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪ್ರಮೋದ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ 9 years. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಶಾ. Thank you very much. So now let's go ahead with today's program. But ಈ 11 ದಿನದ 10 ದಿನ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ನಾವು ದಿನ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಎಂತೆಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು. ಇದನ್ನ ಎಂಡೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಸಾಧಾರಣ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡೋಣ. ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ IPS ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ರೂಪಾ ಮೌಡ್ಗಿಲ್, ಅವ್ರು ಇವಾಗ ಕೂಡ ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ IPS ಆಗಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋ ಹೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ.
ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ನಾಗರಿಕತೆಯ ನೆಲ. ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟ ವಿಚಾರಧಾರೆಗಳ ಮೂಲ. ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಮಹಾನ್ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಪುರುಷರಿಗೆ ಜನ್ಮದಾತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸಹಿಷ್ಣುತೆಗಳ ದಾರಿದೀಪ. ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳಗಲಿ, ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲಿಸಲಿ. ದಿಶಾ ಭಾರತ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯು ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 1ರಿಂದ 15 ತನಕ ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಭವ್ಯ ಭಾರತ ಅಭಿಯಾನ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಗರ್ವದಿಂದ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ, ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಭಾರತ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಬನ್ನಿ, ಗರ್ವದಿಂದ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ, ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಭಾರತ. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ರೂಪಾ ಮೌಡ್ಗಿಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಕೂಡ. ಸೊ ವಿತೌಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಮೋರ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಹೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಮುತ್ತುಗಳಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮುತ್ತುಗಳನ್ನ ಜೋಡಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸೂತ್ರ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತ ಸೂತ್ರಧಾರಿ ಯಾರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ದಿವ್ಯಶ್ರೀ. ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ದಿವ್ಯಶ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಕರೀತೇನೆ, ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡೈನಮಿಕ್. ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್, ರಾಜರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಗರ್, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ವರ್ಸಟೈಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ. ಅವರ ಪ್ರೊಫೈಲ್ ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಆಂಕರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ದಿನದ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್. ಅವರು ಮೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಹಲವಾರು ಇಂಟರ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬೀದಿ ನಾಟಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಿಮಿಕ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆದ್ದಿರೋದಲ್ಲದೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆಯು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಮೋದಿ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಬಂತು IoT, ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷ BTU ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಡೆಸಿದಂತ IoT ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಡೆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ she became the best, she gave the best idea for the IoT. So we have such a wonderful combination of engineering, the applied science and performing arts. That is dynamic Divyashree. Divyashree, take it over. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pramod sir. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ದಿಶಾ ಭಾರತ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿರುವ ನನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ 10ನೆಯ ಸಂಚಿಕೆಗೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕುಟುಂಬದವರಾಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಭಾಷೆಗಳು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಂತ್ಯಗಳು, ಜಾತಿಗಳು, ಮತಗಳು, ಧರ್ಮಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ವಿಭಿನ್ನರಾಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಒಂದೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಎಂದು ಒಟ್ಟುಗೂಡಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಎಂತಹ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ನಮಗೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿರುವುದನ್ನೇ ಒದಗಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಇಂತಹ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇಂತಹ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿರಋಣಿಯಾಗಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯ ತವರೂರು. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಡಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಅದಿತಿ ಕೆವಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಮಹಾರಾಣಿ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಅಮ್ಮಣ್ಣಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ BSc ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಇಂಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟ್ರಾ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಬಹುಮಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ಅದಿತಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ಇಂದಿನ ಮೈ ಭಾರತ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ತ್ರಿತ್ವಾನವದೃಢ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಂ ತ್ರಿತ್ವಾನವದೃಢಸಂಕಲ್ಪಂ ವಿತರಂತೋ ನವ ಸಂದೇಶಂ ಘಟಯಾಮೋ ನವ ಸಂಘಟನಂ ರಚಯಾಮೋ ನವಮಿತಿಹಾಸಂ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ನವದೃಢ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಂ. ನವಮನ್ವಂತರಶಿಲ್ಪಿನಃ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಸಮುನ್ನತಿಕಾಂಕ್ಷಿಣಃ ತ್ಯಾಗದನ ಕಾರ್ಯೇ ಪರಿತಾಃ ಕೃತಿನಿಪುಣ ವಯಮವಿಷಣ್ಣಾ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ನವದೃಢ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಂ ವಿತರಂತೋ ನವ ಸಂದೇಶಂ ಘಟಯಾಮೋ ನವ ಸಂಘಟನಂ ರಚಯಾಮೋ ನವಮಿತಿಹಾಸಂ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ನವದೃಢ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಂ. ಭೇದ ಭಾವನಾ ನಿರಾಸಯಂತ ದೀನದರಿದ್ರಾನ್ ಸಮುತ್ತರಂತ ದುಃಖ ವಿತಪ್ತಾನ್ ಸಮಾಶ್ವಸಂತ ಕೃತ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಾನ್ ಸದಾ ಸ್ಮರಂತ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ನವದೃಢ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಂ ವಿತರಂತೋ ನವ ಸಂದೇಶಂ ಘಟಯಾಮೋ ನವ ಸಂಘಟನಂ ರಚಯಾಮೋ ನವಮಿತಿಹಾಸಂ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ನವದೃಢ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪಂ. प्रगति पथान् नहि विचले मां परंपरां संरक्षे मां समोत्साह गतिशीला कृत्वा नवदृढसङ्कल्पम् वितरन्तो नवसन्देशम् घटयामो नवसङ्घटनम् रचयामो नवमितिहासम् कृत्वा नवदृढसङ्कल्पम् कृत्वा नवदृढसङ्कल्पम् कृत्वा नवदृढसङ्कल्पम्. Thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಅದಿತಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ಹಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ದೇಶಭಕ್ತಿ ಗೀತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಇಂತಹ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ತಂದುಕೊಟ್ಟ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇಶಭಕ್ತರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ವಂದನೆ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರರು ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಕೊಡುವುದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಣವನ್ನು ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತವರಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿತ್ತರಂಜನ್ ದಾಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಬ್ಬರು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಥಾ ನಾಯಕ ಚಿತ್ತರಂಜನ್ ದಾಸ್. ಇವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ರಾಗ ಹಾಸಿನಿ. ಇವರು ಮಾಂಟೆಸರಿ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್, ಕಾರ್ನಲ್, ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ 9ನೇ ತರಗತಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರಿಗೆ SOF ಮೆಡಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ದೊರೆತಿವೆ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ರಾಗ ಹಾಸಿನಿ. ರಾಗ ಹಾಸಿನಿ.
Good morning, everyone. Myself Raga Hasini of 9th class. Wishing everyone happy Independence Day in advance. Today, I am in front of you with a story narration. It was India's freedom struggle. Many patriots were at their feet to make India independent from the hands of British men. Among them, a great patriot was arose in to make India independent. He is none other than Chittaranjan Das. He was also called as Deshbandhu, which means friend of the nation. He was an Indian leader, lawyer, poet, and journalist. C.R. Das was born on 5th November 1870 in Calcutta. He was the eldest son of Bhuban Mohan Das and Nishtarini Devi. C.R. Das took his bachelor's degree from the Calcutta's Presidency College in 1890. Then in 1891, he went to England to take the Indian Civil Service exam but failed to qualify. He then joined the Middle Temple to study law in 1892. In 1894, C.R. Das returned back to India and enrolled himself as a barrister at the Calcutta High Court. He practiced law for many years at the Calcutta High Court. C.R. Das was married to Basanti Devi in 1897. The turning point in his career came when he was called upon to appear on behalf of Aurobindo Ghosh in the Alipore bomb case in 1908. No one was ready to defend Aurobindo Ghosh except Chittaranjan Das. Das' concluding statement lasted for nine days. Aurobindo Ghosh was acquitted. Das accepted no fee for defending Aurobindo Ghosh. He in fact incurred a heavy loss of rupees 15,000 by the time the case was finalized. C.R. Das was a distinguished Bengali poet. In 1913, knowing that Sri Aurobindo Ghosh were in a dire financial need, C.R. Das offered him rupees 1,000 in exchange of translation of his book of poems called Sagar Sangeet. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh agreed to translate his poems into English and completed it in the same year 1913 itself. C.R. Das entered into nationalist politics early in the 20th century. He was associated with the revolutionary organizations. He was involved with the non-cooperation movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. He was one of the main leaders in Bengal during the non-cooperation movement in between 1919 to 1922. Like many other nationalists and patriots, he gave up his advocacy on the occasion of non-cooperation movement. In 1921, he was arrested along with his son and wife and spent 6 months in jail. C.R. Das played an important role in the Indian National Congress and was also elected as the president of the party. When Mahatma Gandhi withdrew the non-cooperation movement owing to the incident of Chauri Chaura in 1922, Das and others objected since the movement was going on in full swing. Swaraj Party, an Indian national party, was established on 9th January 1923 by the members of Indian National Congress, notably Motilal Nehru and Chittaranjan Das. The party's name was taken from the term Swaraj, which means self-rule. He gave up living a luxurious life and traveled all over the country, preaching the principles of Indian National Congress. Chittaranjan Das passed away on June 16, 1925 in Darjeeling at the age of 55. C.R. Das' body was brought to Calcutta from Darjeeling. The Indian government honored Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das by bringing out a commemorative stamp on him on November 5, 1965 and minting commemorative coins in 1998. To conclude in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, Chittaranjan Das was one of the greatest men, one of the jewels among the servants of India. His sacrifice and his service were matchless. May his memories ever remain with us and may his example inspire us to noble efforts. Thank you. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Thank you, Raga Hasini, for the wonderful speech. It was really very inspiring. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಬಿಸಿಲು, ಗಾಳಿ, ಮಳೆ ಏನನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಿಸದೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಸೈನಿಕರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕವನ ಹೇಳಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೃತಿಕಾ ಎಸ್. ಇವರು ಸೆಂಟ್ ಮೇರಿ ಕ್ರಿಸೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ರಲ್ಲಿ 8ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದ ಯೋಗ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ವರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ 3ನೇ ಬಹುಮಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಕರಾಟೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಸಲ ಪ್ರಥಮ ವಿಜೇತರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ಕೃತಿಕಾ.
Namaste. Tribute to our soldiers, salute to our warriors, we must pay on the sacred Independence Day. Holding tricolor tightly in our hand, let's march forward to better land. You are our country's pride and people living free and proud. Some things can't just express in words, honor the great Indian leaders. Let's bring happiness to each face and educate the entire human race. Salute to our warriors, we must pay on the sacred Independence Day. You are challenging throughout the day and fighting for the Indian way, sacrificing your personal desire for our own Hindustan empire. We all have the respect to you. It's not a priest who gives the freedom of religion, and it's not a reporter who gives the freedom of voice, and it's not a judge, lawyer, or a politician, but the blood of the soldier who gives his life for our country. Salute our warriors, we must pay on the sacred Independence Day. Thank you. Jai Hind.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಕೃತಿಕಾ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕವನ ಮನ ಮುಟ್ಟುವಂತಿತ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಚಿತ್ತರಂಜನ್ ದಾಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರೇ ಸಂವಿತ್ ಸನ್ಯಾಲ್. ಇವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು BMS ಮತ್ತೆ PES ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಕಥಾನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಬಹುಮಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ over to you, Samvit Sanyal from Bangalore.
There are times when you feel everyone is against you. There are times when you feel that the entire system is designed to bring you down and there is nothing you can do to avoid it. Such was a feeling on in Aurobindo Ghosh's life. You see, the story I'm going to talk about is the Alipur bomb in the year 1908. 2 bombs were blasted in the hope of killing Presidency Magistrate Douglas Kingsford. However, they weren't able to execute the plan and they were caught. Aurobindo Ghosh was the mastermind behind the plan and he was brought to trial in court. Courts in those days were held by British judges and the law was biased towards British favor. it was almost certain that Aurobindo Ghosh was going to be executed by the method of hanging. No lawyer was confident enough to go against the British court. It was beyond question that Aurobindo had no way out of this. In such troubled times, there was one junior barrister who volunteered to take up the case. The trial lasted from May 1908 till May 1909, almost a whole year. And during this time, 206 witnesses were called, 400 documents were filled, and 500 exhibits were produced. All through this, the junior lawyer challenged the British courts again and again. He was persistent that Aurobindo should be spared from hanging. This man was none other than our Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das. It was said that he alone was the only one who not only rivaled against British lawyers in skill, but even far exceeded them. And he even spent 1,500 rupees from his own expenses for the case, which was a huge amount before India got its independence. Finally, the judges had nothing to do but to oblige to him and release Aurobindo Ghosh. This was one of the biggest victories for Indian freedom struggle, where an Indian lawyer with all odds against him could even make the British government bow down and yield to his might. Aurobindo Ghosh was so overwhelmed by Chittaranjan Das's might that he became the Dashbu, meaning friend of the nation. And Ghosh, following this incident, emerged as an important figure in Indian history. In 1984, in a stunning move, Chittaranjan Das gave up his lucrative practice and he plunged headlong into politics during the non-cooperation movement against British. Chittaranjan Das again the brief and successfully defended Aurobindo Ghosh on charge of involvement of the Alipur bomb case in 1909. In his Uttarpa speech, Sri Aurobindo gratefully acknowledged Chittaranjan Das that brought help to save him. As he was one of the most freedom fighters in whole of India and was remarked by the greatest minds brought his own newspaper and achieved the municipal corporation. He became its first mayor, and he was a believer in non-violence and constitutional methods for the realization of national independence, and advocated Hindu-Muslim unity, cooperation, and communal harmony, and championed the cause of national education. He resigned his presidency of the National Indian Congress at the Gaya session after losing the motion on no council entry to Gandhi faction. He then founded the Swaraj Party with veteran Motilal Nehru and young Hussain Shahid Suhrawardy. In 1923, he expressed to his uncompromising opinion and position. However, the person who grieved his death most in 1925 was none other than Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, who credited Deshbandhu for his assistance and considered him as his mentor. Story was with Sanyal. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Truly, Sambit, Chittaranjan Das' life incident shows that he was a Deshabandhu indeed. ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರವಾಗುವುದು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನದಿಚ್ಛೆಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಶ್ರೀ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಬಾಲಾಜಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೋತ್ಥಾನ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಬನಶಂಕರಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ 10ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಇಂಟರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅಥ್ಲೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಬಹುಮಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಥ್ಲೆಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Over to you, Shri Vidya.
Namaste to one and all present here. Myself, Shri Vidya Balaji from Rashtrothana Vidya Kendra, Banashankari. Today, I am going to speak about role of youth in making India self-reliant. It is a known fact that youth always said to be the backbone of any country in terms of human capital. Youth should and can always play a pivotal role in making our great country Bharat self-reliant. This is the dream of our beloved Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji too. The recent announcement of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, in essence to make our country self-reliant, aims at the same thing. Now it is up to the youth to take this up by letter and spirit and play an important role and stand rock solid the dreams of our Prime Minister. Now, the question remains, what role can the youth play to achieve this? Firstly, I would speak about skill-based learning. Apart from the curriculum-based learning, we should also look at and be willing to learn different skills which we are lacking now. Though it is easy to blame the faulty education system, we need to rise above these petty things and strive to learn various skills. Our itihasas like Ramayana and Mahabharata aims to convey these facts repeatedly. In the ancient days, kings and other normal subjects too were well versed in multiple disciplines that included political science, warfare, economics, music, and other various arts. With the advent of Macaulay education of system, we forgot all these older forms of skill enhancements. Did not the mighty warrior Arjuna upgrade himself with the skills like dancing and singing that helped him during the exile period? Hence, the youth of this country should strive to learn and master various skills that would help them making self-reliant and thereby making this country self-reliant too. It would open gates for the youth to become successful entrepreneurs, thus saving the country vital resources from being imported from outside. Additionally, youth can push towards employing others and impart their knowledge to a wider audience. Secondly, upgradation of skills. Every youth should learn new skills if they want to keep themselves useful in this dynamic world. One problem with the youth is that once they reach a position, they become complacent and stop their learnings or upgrading their skills. Thirdly, division of work and team spirit. In any professional life, youth need to adjust and divide work. Ego in workspace is a very bad thing, and cultivation of patience is needed while in work, and it definitely pays off. In short, the youth should concentrate on research and development of niche technologies and cultivate an entrepreneurship culture. Our country has missed a lot on third industrial revolution, comprising of microprocessors, electronic goods, personal computers, mobiles and phones, and decentralized manufacturing and global value chains. Now it is time for the youth to actively participate in these areas, put in their heart and soul, and develop a Make in India culture. In addition, we need to recognize and learn about the variety of products or services being made in India, their uniqueness, and the cultural identity they carry. Remember, we are the oldest surviving civilization. Indian handcrafts, textile, Ayurveda, yoga, philosophy, and science, to name a few, are among the thousands of age-old and timeless practices that could not flourish as before, since colonization, even being far superior to the modern age. Lastly, with the government in the day supporting and upcoming with many schemes to help R&D as well as manufacturing and agricultural sector, the future of our country, Bharat, looks very bright. It will shine in the coming up years with the active participation of the country's stronghold, that is, its hardworking youth population, and make our country self-reliant. Let me close my short speech on a high note. As per our beloved Prime Minister, the 5 I's to make India self-reliant are investment, inclusion, intent, infrastructure, and innovation. We can depend on the government for investment and infrastructure. The youth of this country should show the right intent, inclusion, and innovation to achieve this. Jai Hind, and wishing all my compatriots a happy Independence Day. Bharat Mata ki Jai. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಶ್ರೀವಿದ್ಯಾ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತುಗಳು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರರಾಗಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದೆಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತೆಯೊಬ್ಬರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ, ಎಕಾನಮಿ, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಲು ಬರುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟು ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಪ್ರವಲಿಕಾ. ಇವರು MLA ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ BCom ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಹಲವಾರು ಇಂಟರ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಬಹುಮಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಎಂದು MLA FGCW ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಿರುದು ಕೂಡ ದೊರೆತಿದೆ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ಪ್ರವಲಿಕಾ.
Namaste. I am Pravalika from MLA Academy of Higher Learning. Today, I'll be talking about a new buzzing hashtag called Vocal for Local. Vocal for Local is not a new concept in our country. It all started during the mid of 19th century and gained momentum in the early 20th century during the partition of Bengal. Back then, it was called the Swadeshi movement. The main objective of the Swadeshi movement was self-reliance. If we look back to pre-British era, India was a prosperous and self-sustained country. Every foreign traveler who visited India exemplified the richness of our country. The British who came to India as traders eventually became administrators. They damaged the education system, which was the backbone of our country. They exploited every sector of the country. They broke every aspect of human life. India, which was a leader of trade and master of education, became a colony for the British. After independence, in the last 70 years, we have not trusted our indigenous resources or industries. We did not trust ourselves. From 1950, the entire economy was run by the public sector. When that failed, in 1991, new economic policy was introduced. Globalization became the new mantra. The new system was capital-based. We completely handed over the baton in the hands of foreigners, FDIs, and MNCs. As a result of this, the result of this was faceless, ruthless, and jobless. Along with the cheap imports, we invited a lot of job losses. Wooden chairs were replaced with cheap plastic chairs. Parathas were replaced with pizzas. Dosas were replaced with pancakes. Yoga was replaced with gyms. Humans were replaced with computers. There was a huge impact on every sector of the economy. The countries which were pioneers in the manufacturing sectors took over the MSMEs. Because of this, many industries were out of business. The artisans and the craftsmen of the country suffered to a greater extent. During the Swadeshi movement, our freedom fighters fought to boycott these cheap foreign goods. But after the implementation of the new economic policy, we invited the foreign goods back to our country. Today, we have got an opportunity to go back to local. Let us utilize this opportunity to rectify our mistakes. It's time for us to go local, to buy local, and to be local. It's time to prove our capacity and capability to the world. For these brands to thrive, being vocal about local is taking a stance for indigenous entrepreneurship and skill. In the resolve to make India self-sufficient and self-reliant once again, we must appreciate the ideas and innovations that arise within the country. We have to make our local products our priority and not just an option during the pandemic. It's time for all the local brands to go global. Vocal for local is a great weapon for India to become Vishwaguru. It's not just to make our country great, but to deliver the best of our country to the world. Vocal for local has a very broad meaning. It's not just confined to goods and services. It even applies to many major aspects of our life, like our culture, our tradition, our food habits, and our dressing style, and so on. It's good to appreciate the Western culture, but please do not forget your own roots and your own culture in the process, because we'll have to impart our values, our traditions, our customs to our future generations. We being the youth of the country, it becomes our responsibility to nurture our customs and traditions. If we ourselves do not know about what our practices are or what will we pass on to the next generation, it's time for us to become Atmanirbhar in every aspect of our life. It's time to be vocal for all our customs, traditions, goods, and service. Being vocal for local is necessary on a personal level as it is on the national level. It's high time for us to restructure our mentality, our lifestyle, and our economy. It's time for us to join our hands together and to be vocal for the local. It's time to be selfless and not selfish. Thank you. I am very grateful to Disha Bharat for giving me such a wonderful opportunity, and I would also like to thank the patriotic audience for their patience and presence. Thank you, one and all.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಪ್ರವಲಿಕ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ದನಿಯಾಗುವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯ ಒಂದು ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಡಲು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆ ಸುರಭಿ ಶ್ರೀವತ್ಸ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೋತ್ಥಾನ ವಿದ್ಯಾಕೇಂದ್ರ ಬನಶಂಕರಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ 8ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಸಂಗೀತದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿರಿಯ ಹಂತ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದು, ಪಿಟೀಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿರಿಯ ಹಂತವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ಸುರಭಿ ಶ್ರೀವತ್ಸ.
Namaste. I'm Surabhi Srivatsa from Rashtrothana Vidya Kendra Banashankari. Now I shall be singing a Sanskrit Deshabhakti Geete. Jayati Jayati Bharata Mata Buddha Geeta. Jayati Jayati Bharata Mata Buddha Geeta. Nikhila Mata Vana Nirata Nata Jana Suhita. ನಿಖಿಲ ಮತಾವನ ನಿರತ ನತ ಜನ ಸುಹಿತ. ಜಯತಿ ಜಯತಿ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತಾ ಬುಧ ಗೀತ. ನಿಖಿಲ ಮತಾವನ ನಿರತ ನತ ಜನ ಸುಹಿತ. ಜಯತಿ ಜಯತಿ ಜಯತಿ. ಸಕಲ ಜೀವ ಸಮತಾ साधु साधु विहिता. सकल जीव समता साधु साधु विहिता. अखिल लोक प्रतिता परमानंद समुदिता. अखिल लोक प्रतिता परमानंद समुदिता. जयति जयति भारत माता बुध गीता. निखिल मतावन निरता नत जन सुहिता. जयति जयति जयति. अगणित गुणशील अति दयाळवाला. अगणित गुणशील अति दयाळवाला. प्रकटित शुभ जाला पतित प्राणलोला. प्रकटित शुभ जाला पतित प्राणलोला. जयति जयति भारत माता बुध गीता. निखिल मतावन निरता नत जन सुहिता. जयति जयति जयति. जयति जयति जयति. जयति जयति जयति. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸುರಭಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗೀತೆ ಬಹಳ ಮಧುರವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ವಂದೇ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತರಂ. ತಮ್ಮ ನಾಟ್ಯದ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಮನೋರಂಜಿಸಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಭಾರ್ಗವಿ RS ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಶ್ರೀ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಕ್ಷಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಕೇತನದಲ್ಲಿ 9ನೇ ತರಗತಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿಜಯ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನೃತ್ಯ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 2ನೇ ಬಹುಮಾನ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯಂ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 95% ಗಳಿಸಿ ಉತ್ತೀರ್ಣರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ಭಾರ್ಗವಿ. ಭಾರ್ಗವಿ.
ದಿಶಾ ಭಾರತ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ದಿಶಾ ಭಾರತ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ಫುಲ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಭಾರ್ಗವಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಎಂದಿನಂತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕತೆ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ತಡ ಮಾಡೋದ್ ಯಾಕೆ? ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅತಿಥಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ಬರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಥೆಯಂತೂ ಹೇಳೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಅವರೇ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಮನ್ವಿತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಇವರು MA ಇನ್ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಸರ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಅನುಭವವಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಸಿಟಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪತ್ರಕರ್ತೆಯಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಟೆನ್ನಿಸ್ ಆಟಗಾರ್ತಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ಮನ್ವಿತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone. It's such a nice morning when we are remembering all the great elements that make us a freedom fighter. Remember on a high note. On that note, let me talk to you about one topic today. Stories are beautiful to listen, but what about those unsung heroes? Many unsung heroes everywhere across India, but have you ever given a thought about an unsung heroine? Yes, you heard it right, an unsung heroine. There are females, there are ladies, there are girls, there are women who sacrifice their life for our motherland. Amongst them, today, I'm going to introduce you to one such personality who will make you think about the sacrifice on a different note, in a different way. Before I reveal the name to you, I have a few one-liners to tell you so that you can imagine or even try to tell me who this person is. Let me start with the first line. My life is for my country. This revolutionary freedom fighter is from Bengal, East Bengal, that is today's Bangladesh. She is also called as the Iron Lady of India. She is also called as ideal for many women. But it was only in 2012, 112 years after she was born, that she received her graduate in philosophy posthumously after her death in 1932. Her life story has also been converted into a popular Bollywood movie, Khel Hum Ji Jaan Se, and another movie also called as Chittagong. If you were able to guess her name, then it is, or if you were not, then her name is Preetilata Wadedar. Preetilata Wadedar is also called very fondly as Rani. Let me introduce to you who is this Preetilata Wadedar. During India's freedom struggle, there were many freedom fighters who were fighting for the independence for India. And India, as we know it today, is not the India that existed then in 1900s, early 1900s, in 1930s particularly. India of 1930s included the West and East Pakistan, the west part and the east part of India now are known with different names, and the west part is now renamed as Bangladesh, which was also called as East Bengal. In this part of India, there is a small town, Chittagong, and in Chittagong was born a lady, a small girl, the second in the family of the Vaidya family in Chittagong, on the 5th on the 5th of May, 1911. Preeti Lata is the second born to her parents, Mr. Shri Jagabandhu Vadedar, her father, who was a clerk at Chittagong. Her mother, Pratibhamayi Devi, was a homemaker. Preeti Lata was the fond child of the parents, second born to the family. Preeti Lata Vadedar was a meritorious student right from her school days. Her father, though was a clerk in the Chittagong government, he sent his children to the best possible schools to give the best possible education. Preeti Lata also received the best possible educations during her time. She attended Dr. Kastagir Girls' School, where she always stood first. She was extremely meritorious and brilliant. She always stood the first in her class, in fact, in her school. After her schooling, Preeti Lata went to Eden College in Dhaka, and she stood first, this time not for her school, not only for her class and school, but for the entire district. She stood first in her intermediate. After finishing her intermediate to pursue her higher education, she was then joined to Bethany College of Kolkata, today's Calcutta, where she completed her graduation in philosophy. But it was very unfortunate that her graduation certificate was withheld by the then East India Company. She received her graduate certificate in 2012 after nearly 80 years after her death in 1932. Well, why did she die? Why did Preeti Lata die? What happened to her? And why was her graduation certificate withheld? Here is the story. Preeti Lata Vadedar is fondly called as Rani. Preeti Lata Vadedar was inspired by a great degree by Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai. We all have heard Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai and her struggle to get India's independence and her sacrifice in sacrificing her life for the independence of India. And this narration of Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai was given to Preeti Lata Vadedar along with her friend Kalpana Datta when they were in school by their teacher Usha Devi. The teacher spoke about Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai so many times to the girls in the school that the girls started to imbibe Jhansi in their blood, in their consciousness. All that they could think about was to live like Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai every moment and struggle for India's independence. During this time, Preeti Lata Vadedar was so motivated that after she finished her intermediate, she said, God has given me enough intelligence and I'm doing very well, but now I want to think about my country. My country comes first before my life. And with this very strong motivation, she started to involve herself into many social activities. Well, while she was involving herself into many social activities, she was also the teacher, the headmaster of a school, of an English medium school, Nandan Kannan Aparna Charan English School in Chittagong. When she became the headmistress, all that she was doing was she was conveying the message of freedom fighting along with academics to all those girls in the school. Ushadi, who cultivated or who made her think about Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai, was instrumental for Preeti Lata to take up the profession of being a teacher and yet be a freedom fighter. Kalpana Datta, her very, very close friend and aide in the freedom struggle, has written in her biography that they did not know what they wanted to do or what they wanted to become when they grew up while they were in school, but they started to imbibe Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai into their whole body, into their consciousness, into their mind. that they thought they are fearless. They are fearless and they are the Rani of their Chittagong. During these days, 1930s, when women were not given equal rights, when women were not very much welcomed into the freedom struggle, Preeti Lata Wadekar made up her mind and said, now my life shall be for my country. She joined Sri Sangha, which is also called as Dipali Sangha, and she became a part of the Dipali Sangha, which was working towards the freedom struggle in 1930s. After that, in around 1930, the year 1930, she meets one revolutionary of Bangladesh, then India, called Surya Sen and Nirmal Sen. Surya Sen was a revolutionary. He too was a teacher. He was fondly called as Master Da. Preeti Lata Wadekar met Surya Sen at Dhalgat camp, and she said, I want to join the revolutionaries. I don't want to be a moderate. I don't want to be someone who would sit there at home, take my life ahead, and just become a normal householder. I want to serve my motherland. I want to fight for the freedom of my motherland. And she did all this. She said all this only at a very young age of 21. Today, we have so many college students and school students amongst us, and so many other viewers. Let's just go back to our life when we were 21, when we were 18. It's very hard to take such a strong step, but Preeti Lata Wadekar took this step and she lived by it word to word. In the year 1930, she joined Surya Sen's revolutionary army, and they called in all the youngsters across Chittagong to declare a day as Chittagong Revolutionary Day, the uprising of Chittagong for the freedom of India. On a given date, many raids were planned, and the group was divided into small parts. And Preeti Lata Wadekar was part of one group which raided the police army, the police camp, also the telephone and telegraph offices. They even captured the reserve police line, which was very, very difficult in those days. All that they had was few weapons. And Preeti Lata Wadekar took herself to the extreme of telling that she would gain some kind of training in armory without any kind of hesitation or even any kind of fear in her, to use the armory even in adverse situations. Preeti Lata Wadekar was also transporting weapons in situations where she was feared if by anybody else to be caught. But during certain situations, Preeti Lata Wadekar was given the responsibility, entrusted with the responsibility to transport weapons. And this was done because in those days, women were not seen as suspicious people. And taking aid of this situation, Surya Sen gave her the responsibility many times to transport weapons. In 1932, there was a situation which was alarming, and it was not only in Chittagong, in many parts of India. Today, we go to many clubs, to many restaurants where we are equally invited inside as anybody else. But can you imagine, even in your wildest imagination, where a board invites you and you are not allowed to go inside because of what reads on the board? One such board was put in front of the club, the European club in Chittagong, and it read, "Dogs and Indians not allowed." Dogs and Indians not allowed. Indians were deemed equal to dogs, and Indians were demeaned to such an extent that they did not even deserve an entry. Preeti Lata and her entire team were against this. Surya Sen had planned to teach these European club members who were Britishers a lesson. They wanted to do away with this board, but it was not that easy. In 1932, this European club, called the Prahartali European Club, was to be now engulfed by the revolutionaries, and Preeti Lata Wadedar had to lead this group. But this time, Preeti Lata Wadedar was alone. Her friend Kalpana Datta was arrested a week ago, and Preeti Lata Wadedar was entrusted with the responsibility and the leadership to lead this riot. Preeti Lata Wadedar and few other members of the Surya Sen revolutionary group, Kranti Amar Rahe, Kranti Amar Rahe, Kranti Amar Rahe, uttered these words and gathered enough armories, and they raided the European club. At around 10:45 p.m. night, when it was dark in 1932, Preeti Lata Wadedar and all her group of revolutionaries come to this European club in the night, and they surround the Europeans who were partying that night. Many families of European Britishes and the East India Company, British men, officers, and their families were there. Preeti Lata Wadedar and her group raids, and there will be exchange of bullets. Preeti Lata Wadedar, after their initial exchange of armories and bullets and fight, they were able to pull down a few of the English members, English soldiers, and even the wives of these Englishmen. But Preeti Lata Wadedar was also the leader to the group, and she thought, as a leader, you need to lead. And with this, Preeti Lata Wadedar made sure that her entire team is safe, and she got the entire team out of the European club, and she herself was the last to move out while she was engaged in this small firing within the European club. She succumbed to a wound. Preeti Lata Wadedar came out of the European club. She looked at her wound and she said to herself, I shall not be captured alive by these Europeans. I'm going to sacrifice my life for my motherland, but never to be captured by these Europeans. And for these situations, Surya Sen had given a very small, like a tablet capsule of cyanide, which most of these revolutionaries carried with them. And when such a situation would arise where they would be in a position of being captured by the Englishmen, the revolutionaries were told to take this capsule and does not be held or captured by the Britishers. Preeti Lata Wadedar, after she came out of this European club, she proved that this time in India, Indians will be definitely allowed, be it a male, woman, or anyone. As she stood there and made her team to go into safety, Preeti Lata Wadedar, with her wound, feared to be captured, and she consumed the cyanide capsule. As she consumed the cyanide capsule, There were just 2 sentences on her lips. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Kranti Amar Rahe. As she said this, the cyanide took her life and she became a martyr. She passed away moments after she took the cyanide capsule. She fell right in front of the European Club, and the bird of her life was gone forever. In the morning, they discovered Preeti Lata's body, and when Preeti Lata's body was examined, they did see that Preeti Lata had succumbed to a wound, but the wound was not very serious. She could have lived with that wound, but Preeti Lata Wadekar did not want to be captured, and hence she took her life. With this, women of the 1930s gathered so much of courage. If one Preeti Lata can take a step towards the freedom struggle, so can we. This started a brigade of women who then came into the various parties, the various freedom struggle group to be part of the freedom struggle. And thus the dream of these revolutionaries and freedom fighters did come to see a moment of celebration in 1947. But remembering Preeti Lata, she is today fondly remembered as the beacon of light for women. Preeti Lata Wadekar is not only remembered for her freedom struggle, but in her name there are many halls, many schools, and even a road that is named as Preeti Lata Wadekar. Preeti Lata Wadekar bust is also established on the Pahartali Railway School, which is adjacent to Pahartali European Club, which now no longer bears who can be entered inside. On the day when Preeti Lata Wadekar passed away in 1932, so did the board see its vanishing forever. Preeti Lata Wadekar is a testimony for all us, especially women, to know that freedom fighters need not just be men. Freedom fighters can be girls, women, ladies, and women have the same josh of freedom fighting. So as any, we have the same move towards the freedom. If in case there is a moment that we can think of where women were not being allowed to be part of the freedom struggle, probably the freedom struggle wouldn't have taken that kind of a supremacy. Women's role in the freedom struggle is equally remembered today. And in one such incident, the BBC ran a series remembering women. It was called The Snatches, Moments from Women's Lives. And in this, Preeti Lata short film was part of the BBC series. If BBC can identify Preeti Lata, let us just imagine and think about what kind of an impact Preeti Lata left on the young minds and the minds of women in 1930s. If we are so moved by Preeti Lata's sacrifice just at a tender young age of 21, how much more should we love our country? How much more should we live for our country? It's been more than 100 years, and it's been about 80 years since Preeti Lata sacrificed her life and became a martyr. But Preeti Lata lives with us even today. There is Preeti Lata Wadekar Mahavidyalaya, Preeti Lata Wadekar Primary School, Preeti Lata Girls Hostel, Boys Girls section of many schools in Chittagong, and Preeti Lata Hall of Residence in National Institute of Technology, West Bengal. Preeti Lata Wadekar has not been forgotten. There are days which are celebrated to mark her Jayanti, to mark when Preeti Lata Wadekar lost her life as a martyr. And these are the days that will bring in or make us remember the freedom fighting struggle that our ancestors were part of. Preeti Lata Wadedar's entire life has been converted into popular Bollywood movies, Khel Hum Ji Jaan Se in 2010, and also another movie in 2012 titled Chittagaon. This was a very brief introduction to Preeti Lata Wadedar, but beyond all of this, let us remember Preeti Lata Wadedar as one person who became the reason for many girls and many women to take part in the Indian freedom struggle and thus give us the freedom and independence that we are enjoying today. A big salute to Preeti Lata Wadedar, no longer an unsung hero, but a celebrated heroine of the freedom struggle. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Vande Mataram. Thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಮೇಡಮ್. ಶತಶತಮಾನಗಳಿಂದ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ದೌರ್ಜನ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲು ಈ ಕತೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮೈ ರೋಮಾಂಚನ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇವರ ಜೀವನ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಲತಾ ವಾಡೇಕರ್ ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕವಾಗಿದೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಮೇಡಮ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್, I would really have to thank Disha Bharata for giving me this opportunity, and also I would like to thank Shushma ma'am and Sneha ma'am for guiding me, and I'm really happy to be part of this Disha Bharata. Thank you so much, one and all. Over to you, Pramod sir.
Thank you, Divya. ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ. ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಕೂಡ ಹೌದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಟೆರೆಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ 1.25 ಗಂಟೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಆಂಕರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಟು ದಿವ್ಯಾ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಮ್ಮ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಮನ್ವಿತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯ ತಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ತಾಯಿಯ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಗೆ ಬರೀ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಪುತ್ರರಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪುತ್ರಿಯರು ಕೂಡ ರೆಡಿಯಾಗಿದ್ರು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್, ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 1 minute 2 minutes, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ 10 ದಿನದಿಂದ ಇಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸಂಜೆ ಏನಿರಬಹುದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಸಂಜೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಎಸ್, ನಾವು 1857ರಿಂದ 1947ರವರೆಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸೊವೆರ್ನಿಟಿ, ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆಮೊಕ್ರೆಟಿಕ್ ಭಾರತವನ್ನ ತಿಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳು, ಏನೇನು ರಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಜುಕೇಶನಲ್ ರಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ ದ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆನಂದ ರಂಗನಾಥನ್, ಆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ JNU ನ್ಯೂ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವರು ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಎನ್ಲೈಟ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕಳೆದ 10-12 ದಿನದ ಹಿಂದೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಕೂಡ ರೋಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹೋಪ್ಫುಲಿ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ಅ ಗ್ಲಿಂಪ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಟ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ವಾಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಇದು ಸಂಜೆದಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಯೋದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಾಳೆ ಏನಿರಬಹುದಾಗಿದೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್? 11th day of the students program of the My Bharat campaign goes with listening to an unsung hero, Karnad Sadashiv Rao. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕರ್ನಾಡ್ ಸದಾಶಿವ ರಾವ್ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಹೀರೋ, ನಾವು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಸಂಜೆ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಬಿರ್ಸಾ ಮುಂಡಾ, ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಹಾಡು, ನೃತ್ಯ, ಭಾಷಣ, ವೋಕಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ಗೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಮೋನೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ವೀರರಮಣೀಯ ಆ ಒನಕೆ ಓಬವ್ವನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾಳೆ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ದಿಶಾ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಫನ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾಳೆ 11 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರೋಣ. ಸಂಜೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಣ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ನೋಡಿದಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ, ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಮನಃಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.